on the population resource region of India. Now, when we talk about population resource region of India, so here we have two terms, one is the population and another is the resource. So that means what? This region is generated on the basis of the relation of population and resource. So, on the basis of the relationship of population resource, the region of India has been divided into three categories. Now, it happens that in some area we have got the large reservoir of resources, or we can say a particular area has got a rich deposit of a particular kind of resource. But on the other hand, what happened, the population concentration is very high, so there is some socio-economic obstacle, and at the same time we have the technological dropout, or we can say we are lacking the technological advancement. So even we have the resources, we can explore it, and therefore this does not lead to the development of a particular area. So that is one kind of relationship. Other kind of relationship can be, suppose there is a particular area and it has got a limited amount of resources, but at the same time they are quite advanced in technology and the population concentration is very less. So whatever the resources that they have can easily support the population. So with the help of technological advancement, they can explore the resources and can use it for the human development, or we can say the economic development. So this also leads to another kind of relationship. So on the basis of this population resource and the technological relationship, the region of India has been divided into three category. So the first one is the dynamic region, prospective region, and the problem region. Now under dynamic region we have all this particular area, that is a part of West Bengal, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and Punjab. Now when we say the dynamic region, that means what? These are the urbanized area. These are the urbanized area, these are the industrialized area, and these are the most advanced, or we can say the developed area compared to the other states of India. So if we compare the different states of India, so this particular, all these 4 or 5 particular states, they are most developed compared to the other states of India. Now if you see, when we see this one, dynamic population resource region, so that means what? This particular region, all this particular region, they have got a huge reservoir of resources, they have got a resource concentration, they have got the technological advancement, and at the same time they have got the concentration, or a large concentration of population also. But even if the population is high in this particular area, but the technological advancement, because of the high level technology, they can explore the resource deposit that they have, okay, and use it for the economic development and also for the human development of the people. Now for example, if I say the Damodar industrial area, okay, which is located close to Hooghly region, okay, this is an industrialized and urbanized area. We know that Hooghly region, okay, here the different kind of import and export activities is being carried on, and this is possible only because of the the technological advancement that we have in this particular area. Then we can talk about the Mumbai, okay, we can talk about Delhi. So this Mumbai, Delhi, they are the metropolis areas. Here we can find the different kind of IT sector, okay, so they are most advanced in technological sector. Then Tamil Nadu, in Tamil Nadu we can say Chennai, this is called as the satellite town. So in this way, there is a lot of advancement in this particular area. Similarly, we can say about the Punjab plain, or we can say the Ganga Yamuna plain, where we have the maximum agricultural activity. Now whatever the things, or whatever the agricultural crop that is being exported to the other countries, most of the production come from this particular area. So they have got the distillation, they have got a good infrastructure facility, road network is very good, Electricity facility is very good. They have got the irrigation facility, fertilization, everything is advanced. So here we have the maximum agricultural production. Similarly, we have got the warehouses, we have got the production center. So in this way, these areas, they are the industrialized area, they are the urbanized area, and even if they have the high population concentration, but because of the technological advancement, they can bring up the development and feed up the population and also leads to the economic development of the particular area. The next one is the prospective region. So eastern, northeastern peninsula, Godavari basin, Aravalli basin, Malwa plateau and Brahmaputra plateau, this falls under the prospective region. Now this region has also got the immense concentration of population, and they have also got the resource potential, but they have the technological lackout. Now because of the technological lackout, they are not able to explore the resources, they are not able to use the resources, and also at the same time they have some socio-economic problems which is obstacle to the technological advancement. Now if you see the prospective region, okay, if you talk about the Malwa plateau, which is located in Madhya Pradesh, they have got a rich deposit of copper, zinc, lead, lignite, gypsum, mica, limestone. They have got a rich reservoir of all this material, or we can say the resources. But what happened? They are lacking in the industrial development. They are still in the initial stage, and they have got the less skilled people. Okay, so there is less concentration in the industries, so there is the less advanced people. So because of what this reason are lacking behind, but if the development is carried out in this particular area, so in the near future this can be converted into the dynamic region. Now similarly we can talk about Goa. Goa has a very good prospect for the hydel power production, okay, and the utilization of different resources like iron and steel, cement industry. Similarly, Brahmaputra Valley has a sufficient potential for the industrial development like the hydroelectric power production, but because this reason they have got such a socio-economic hindrance like Brahmaputra Valley, we can talk about the different kind of people, okay, tribal people, okay, who always opposed to the any kind of development activity that take place. Okay, so we have the this conflict issue. So because of the development activity is again taking a backseat. So so these are some of the problems because of which this prospective region is unable to get converted into dynamic region. The last one is the problem region. So these are the parts of Bihar, UP, Odisha, Kerala, Maharashtra, some parts of Maharashtra, Himalayan region, Andaman Island, etc. Now these are the region, okay, who are less developed, or we can say the least developed compared to the other two regions. This region, even in the near future, this shows a very less promise of development. Even in the future, it is not expected that this region have the economic development. They need much activities to be done, okay, in order to have the economic as well as the human development. Now, so there is the imbalance between the population resource and the technology. Population concentration will be high, technological advancement will be very low. In some areas resource concentration might be high, but because of the technological lackout there is no exploration. Or in some area the resource concentration is very less, because of which we have the less development in all this particular area. Okay, so these are the three major division of the population resource region of India: dynamic, prospective and problem region. Thank you.